Part two. So whenever I first got into the shop, I walked in there and I was like, hey, he told me to talk to you guys. And the piercer starts talking to me. I was like, oh yeah, he told me to talk to you. So I'm gonna be your mentor. Mind you, I was supposed to be a tattoo apprentice. She's a piercer. And so she's talking about, I'm old school. I run things really old school. She's fucking 30, by the way. I'm sitting here like, you're a millennial. Calm down. And I understand a lot of millennials have this toxic old school culture, but this girl, she was like, I'm gonna be really strict. I'm really hard on people, really, really strict. But then she never said anything mean or harder to me ever. Like, I don't know, it was just like, because I was scared of her, obviously, and I'm autistic, so I really did my work, like, really well. But, I was just, okay. And then she was like, she made me go to Starbucks with her where she Karened out on the people at Starbucks. She started yelling at them because instead of putting the extra stuff in the blender in another cup for her, they poured it in the sink. And then she started making racist comments about our coworker, and I was like, dude, this is a lot. Then she started telling me about how she actively does hard DRUGs. She's a piercer, mind you. She told me that if she doesn't do school buses, if you have a pass, you know what I'm talking about. Those things are not real. They're not real. She told me that she buys them 30 at a time, and that she cannot pierce without doing them because her hand will start shaking. Girl, you should not be a piercer. What is going on? She eventually got fired because she literally got almost arrested on the way to work. But she literally had all these issues. She told me about, like, one time she got into an accident and she just had to, like, throw stuff away. You need to go to rehab. You do not need to be piercing people. And, like, I understand functioning acts. I was one. But, like, God, that was crazy witness. Because she would just be piercing a client. Or even, she gave me a tooth gem once and her boyfriend called and talking about DRUGs. Like, what? But that's, like, the kind of stuff that you're around whenever you're a tattoo apprentice. Honestly, not that you should be. Find a better apprentice place than me, but Jesus. Oh, and mind you, I'm gay. She was making homophobic comments to me, and about my partner, because at the time, they're my ex now, but, like, non-binary. So, obviously, people always have these stupid freaking questions that I have to answer, but it's just, it's ridiculous. Like, literally, I don't care if you understand, being non-binary. It's really not my job to explain it to you, but I do every time. It's just, like, ridiculous to me. Really ridiculous that you're 30 years old and you can't use Google. But yeah, she was never actually, like, super mean or harsh to me, but that just felt super toxic the way that she was talking to me at the beginning. So I never really, like, looked at her with great lens because she just looked at me, saw that I was young, and was like, these new school tattoo artists, blah, blah, blah. When I wasn't even trying to step on her toes at all. Obviously, I do have new school tattoo artist views, as in, you should stay sanitary, you shouldn't discriminate against people. I don't think those are crazy views to have, but obviously work-life balance too. Like, I have freaking autism, but I'm working a full-time schedule. At the time, I wasn't, but I had talked that over with my mentor because I was working as a server on the side, so I couldn't work full-time both places, so it would be a lot. But yeah, I can't wait till our generation starts being the mentors because,